Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, The Good, The Bad with Kat. I am Kat and I am back from a trip to Dallas. Had such a great time. I visited my parents there and I got to see my grandma and I got to see some cousins and I got to see some cousins' kids. I don't know what you call cousins' kids, but I got to see some and it was amazing and lovely and we just had such a great time. It was a great trip and the reason why I'm telling you about it is because we went to Sephora, the North Park Mall Sephora, which is where Tati shops. Gosh. And I got some fun stuff. Thank you to my mom for buying it. Let's admit, my husband gave me a budget. I didn't honor the budget, and my mom came in clutch and saved the day. I'm trying to be more centered on the camera. Guys, filming is hard. Doing makeup is fun. Filming's the rough stuff. Anyway. So with my points, I have a ton of points. I got this cool thing. So this inside of here has the setting spray from Charlotte Tilbury. It has Makeup Forever primer. It has, what does it have in here? A NARS matte lip pencil and Shiseido full lash serum. So we're going to dig into that. And then I have heard a lot about Glossier, but I got one of the Glossier Seamless Chick Color Cloud Paint. I got the new Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. I wanted to try it because a lot of people say this is really good for under the eyes and to touch up. And then, of course, I had to, there was a lot of stuff that was I don't know what I think about it. And so I didn't want to spend too much money. I mean, I spent too much money, but so I went and I wanted to get lots of small things. And so this is the Naked 2 palette by Urban Decay. I've always wanted the Naked one, but it's gone. So my mom suggested that this is an excellent one. So I'm super excited to jump into that. And then, of course, Natasha Denona had a new, maybe not new, it's new to me, mini glam palette. And so I was super excited about that. And then the thing I was really excited about is I found the mini milk contour sticks, bronzer sticks. So I got the color Summer. So we're going to break into that. And I am so excited about that. I love Sephora. You know, Sephora is one of those things. And each Sephora is different. Like my Sephora here is probably a third, if not a quarter of the size of the store in Dallas. The store in Dallas is huge. The amount of skincare they have, and it's much more spread out. But I will say, guys, it was mayhem. It was a Saturday, which was because we went in over the weekend. I'm trying to open this. I just painted my nails for the video. But look how fun that is. 500 points. It's a beautiful thing. So that's kind of cool. Oops. But I wanted to get the primer out of here because that's what we're going to try since we always prime. As Nikki Tutorial says, it is a crime not to prime. You know, so I love makeup. I love beauty gurus. I love following them. I love learning from them. It's just so much fun. So, is there any rules on this? Well, I can't read. Base primer. There's really nothing. It's all in French. Okay. Okay. That is very soft. Wow. It has a little bit of color to it, you know, so like a nude. It smells nice. There's something about, so when you do a pore primer, it's weird, you know, it really does kind of erase things because it makes your face feel weird. I don't know how to explain it, but can you guys see that? It definitely shrunk the pores here and here. So that's cool. I will look online and see how much the real one is, but that was fun for the sample. And you know, every purchase you have at Sephora, you're going to get points. So it's kind of fun to do. I'm going to go ahead then and throw down some foundation. So I'm going to go ahead and throw down some, I'm going to go it down. Sorry, Emily. I'm going to go and why did the camera move? I am going to go. Okay. I will be right back. I'm going to go throw down some foundation. I'm going to throw down some eyebrows and come back with everything ready to hop into all the stuff I bought. But right now, y'all don't need to see me do my foundation. It's the same thing I do every time. So I'll be right back. Okay, eyebrows are done. Foundation is done. We are now going to go into this milk, what is this? The Milk Sculpt Stick. They're tiny, which actually kind of makes sense because here's the thing. The putties dry out. So I actually think this was really smart of her, of whoever does milk, because this is going to be trashed before I ever get to the bottom of it. I can't use it fast enough. You know what I mean? Same thing with this. I've had this for a while, and if I were to follow the makeup rules, I would have had to throw it away. So 6 months, I've had it well longer than 6 months, and I still have tons of product. So even though this was a bit pricey, I'll look it up. Maybe it wasn't that pricey, I don't know. But that actually makes sense. You're not throwing away product. All right, so I got the color Summer. I know how to read. That's why I can't read. And I saw a video on this where I guess a girl trying to take that top off ended up ruining her stick. So the lady said to push it up a little bit and then you're able to pop it off, but still a chunk of it broke off in there. So that's disappointing. I just got it. All right, so we're going to go in and kind of throw it. That's kind of dark for me. That's okay. That's okay. We'll just go in light-handed. I'm going in like a lot of small dots because I don't know how it's going to blend. So let's find out. I'm using my favorite brush. With new products, you have to do certain things normal or you're never going to know if it's the product or your stuff. And the reason I say that is like I'm using my, the primer's new, but the foundation and concealer are something I use on the regular. So I know how they behave. So hopefully that makes sense. So I won't know if the primer's weird if I use new foundation. What if it's a weird new foundation? You know what I mean? So it's better to use it. So you see these people that try everything in the sun. I love watching them. But they try and they'll say, I should probably have tried this with something solid that I know, because you don't know. You have to go back and play with it. Whereas this way, I'll know if it's the primer pretty quickly. If the foundation, and I will say I can't tell if it's because the concealer I didn't use as much as I normally do. My face feels a little different. It's not bad, it's just different. So that makes me think, okay, I need to pay attention to the primer today. So because this is my Revlon Color Stay that I use all the time, and a Mary Kay concealer, which since I filmed that video has become a staple in my beauty routine. Now, this stuff is gorgeous. I love it. Very subtle, very pretty. So I'm going with a bit of a bigger brush just to see. It plays really well. It's very nice. No scent. I love it. No complaints about that. I did go with a bit of a darker color, so I'm going to have to like fix my nose a little bit. But that's a me issue. That's not a Milk issue. So very, very, very happy with that. I'm very glad I got that. Cool, cool, cool. So that makes me very happy. I will look up the price and tell you in a minute. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and let's try the blush while we're at it. So this is Glossier's Cloud Paint. I've never used anything by Glossier, so this was exciting for me. I'm actually not sure they even have it in my store. If they do, it's a small little corner, so it's pretty much sold out. I got the color Eve, and it's, of course, you guys know I love my burgundies and blueberries. It does come sealed, so that's kind of nice. I am a little worried because that's very, 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 very dark. So we're going to go a little... Oh. That's almost as dark as my contour. Okay, so, you know. Okay, so this has a lot of payoff. So you need the tiniest bit. I will have this if I keep it my whole life till I'm dead. But look, so I had to go in a little bit and kind of lighten that up and then kind of go back in and relay it down. What I wanted to see was, can I use it as a lippy? Because that's a lot, and since that's so dark, I think that's really pretty. But it did go on just fine. Played really well with the blush. So that's good. So it played really well. I have a couple zits in there, so ignore those. But it looks really well. So I'm now going to go into the NARS Dulce Vita lip liner. It's not my color. Oh, that is not. Do you need to warm it up a little bit? That's a bit better now that I warmed it up. Minimal payoff. But then again, I'm thinking if you put a lip gloss on, which is the season, you don't want it to be too dark. So this is the NARS Velvet Matte Lip Pencil Crayon. So now I want to go in real quick with my finger. Squeeze just the tiniest bit out. That makes me very sad. That's a lot of wasted product. and see how that does on my lips. Dang it. I'm trying to use as much of it as possible. It looks ridiculous. Okay. All right. It looks good, but it looks ridiculous on my nose. Okay. I like it for my lips. It's a bit dry. Wow. Okay. Where that's not going to work on my lips is if you barely touch it, it kind of leaves and hops to whatever you touch. That's a bummer. Okay. So I'm going to open up the NARS. Nope. Urban Decay. I just messed up my nails. Opening packets sometimes is frustrating because they're so sealed. You're like, I don't want to destroy it, but at the same time, I'm going to have to destroy the package to get it out. And that's a little disappointing. And maybe they do that so you can't return it.
There we go. Got the one side open. Okay.
Okay, so this is a Naked 2 Urban Decay Basics. That's beautiful. It's super fun. And then, of course, let's look at the Natasha Denona. I'm thinking they might play well together. Woohoo! This has got some really pretty golds and greens. This is the Mini Glam palette. Let's throw some eye primer on. Again, since I'm using a new thing, I'm going to go in with a primer I know, which is my Revolution Safe Super Base. Super Base. Okay, cool. And I just use my finger. Warms it up. I'm able to take it up to my brow and color that in, you know, because that's a big thing for me, is kind of shaping up the eyebrow. So that kind of put the brow in its spot. And then if I put a highlight there, it has something to stick it to. I think I'm going to go into Frisk, which is this color. I'm looking because this is kind of warm and this is a bit cooler. So actually I'm going to go into Primal right here. And my nail polish, even though I just did it, is falling off. Let's see, hopefully it's not too dark. It does have a nice little mirror. Oh, it's a bit darker than I thought. It's okay. I'm going to go in and just pat that on this side of the eye. What's hilarious is this is going to dictate what I do the rest of the day. I'm thinking about a video in which I just talk about the things that are my favorite and kind of doing a high-end, low-end. There is a bit of fallout. Not much, but there is some fallout, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. You know, it's just annoying. Okay, now I'm going to go in with another brush, and I'm going to go into this color Skip, which is this one right here. And the reason why I'm going to do that is I need to give this something to... There's a bit of fallout. Do you guys see that? And then I'm going to go in on top and kind of blend out that top so it's not so sharp. So going across the top and blending that out. So it's making that, see how it made it, it kind of diffused it a little bit. Ooh, I had a lot. Now I'm thinking that I'm going to go into, I'm thinking this middle color. And let's put that in the middle of the eye. It's very green. Okay, well that's definitely going to shift what we're looking at. Wow, every bit of that shimmer went away. Okay, so let's see. I'm just going in, because I went in with a shimmer, I went in with my finger, but you cannot tell that that's a shimmer. I'm going to go now into Undone, which is the darkest color in the Urban Decay palette. And I'm going to start packing that in over here because that green is so darker. I don't know that I like those two together. That's okay. We're figuring that out. And kind of going across it and kind of blending that in. And now I'm thinking I'm going to go in with this first color with my pinky and bring it into the green and see if that makes any difference. Okay. I think I made a mistake. I went into the Urban Decay and the Natasha Denona being kind of foolish and not realizing they are two different color schemes. This one is very warm. And so I'm going to go in with this dark brown. And I'm actually just going to add that on top to kind of make it a warm ombre look. I don't know what I just dropped. But I think that'll help diffuse because that gray and that green, that's on me, are really fighting each other to decide. So really at the end of the day, the Urban Decal, great because it gave me a dark base. So I will still do that on the other side. But I'm going in with this brown to just make it warmer to match that green, if that makes sense. And that's way darker of a look than I planned on wearing. But that's okay. All right. I'm going to go do the other eye real quick. I'll be right back. I went ahead and I think I made it look good. I went ahead. I still feel like it needs a little bit more brown. You know what I mean? So that's okay. So I'm just kind of touching up, adding a little bit more there. So I have this thought. I have this Wet n Wild and then this LA Girl for the thing. I think I want to darken up. I'm going to bring some brown into. I had the most glorious Milani brown eyeliner. Not a clue where it is. So I'm not going to do that because that didn't want to even come slightly onto my eye. So I'm going to take the tiniest little brush and I'm going to take the dark brown in the thing and I am going to smoke out my waterline just because I think it needs that. I am going to go below it though with that green. And this is going to dictate my look for the rest of the day, which is okay. It's not wanting to go on. Okay, I'm going to clean that brush off, and then I'm going to go into that green, and I'm going to go right below it. So see what I did? I went right below it. Okay, there we go. I like that. I mean, this is a normal look. Okay, I don't have a mascara, so I'm going to go ahead and put a mascara on, and I'll come right back. I have no idea what mascara I'm going to use. Probably the telescopic, the standard. All right. That freaked me out. There was nothing in here. I'm like, okay. Okay, micro powder. All right, because I have this mini color corrector from Charlotte Tilbury, and I just put it out so I could do this with y'all. So I have this. This is my color corrector in Fair. And this is my favorite thing because I can go underneath my eye, drop a little bit of product off, and kind of fix that up. And then I've told you guys how I kind of go right here with it. And I, for Emily's information alone, have hit pan. There you go. You can see the pan. That's how much I use this. I love this stuff. But I wanted to try it in small. And the reason why is I spent a lot of money on but I spent a lot of money on her highlight. I spent a lot of money on the highlight and was not a big fan. So I'm very grateful when you can find something that, you know, that's good. Now, I've heard nothing but rave reviews about this. This is a finely milled powder, and everybody that uses it that I've seen really loves it. Now, of course, there are dupes for it and stuff like that. But again, the whole point of going to Sephora is trying something you've never tried before. All right, what do I think I look really pretty. I hate the lipstick. I mean, this is not the lipstick. This is something I put on my lips. Okay, so what I am going to do real quick, something that I like to do. I'm not trying to put product on my lips, but I am trying to make sure the lipstick goes all the way to my lips. So I'm going to go back in with this NARS to say I did it. Not my color. But I have a thought. My husband gave me this L'Oreal lipstick. It won't look good with this look, but I think this is the perfect lip liner for that. So I'm going to go into my Rare Beauty that I also got at Sephora, but not this trip. And this is her Rare Beauty in Heart. I have no idea anything else than just her lip gloss. But I like that. Cool, 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 cool. And of course, because it's sitting on my desk, it is not sitting on my desk. Oh, well. I guess I'm not wearing highlight today. I don't have anything on my desk that has highlighter in it. Cat not wearing highlight? I feel like I'm naked. All right, I've tried this before, and so this is the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. It smells like candy. Can I tell you that? All right, so we tried the Urban Decay, the Natasha Denona, the 500 point kit that had the Makeup Forever primer, and I'm not gonna lie, I think the bottom of, I think my skins, my pores look great. I really like that powder. I'm probably gonna go find a big one in a couple weeks. I have a feeling it's very expensive. I made the mistake of mixing these two. I think these are two separate palettes, so I think I'm going to come back and refilm each one. But so we can do that, and then I'll make them shorts. I think this is going to be great. I was thinking about with this, the reason why I bought it was my Pat McGrath palette is all shimmers, and sometimes you need a little bit of a it's fun not to have shimmers everywhere, and this has some really pretty colored mattes that I think will look really great. So we will play with that in the next Treat Yourself video. I've never thought she's done anything too wrong, and so I have another little mini palette by her. I gave my daughter my big palette, my bigger palette. I like it. I think there's other stuff out there that's better, but that's only because I've only had 3 of them. So I think if I had more, but I do have other stuff out there. But I think it's going to be fun. I mean, I really like my eye look. I think it looks really pretty. So score on that. They blend really well. The Glossier, so far it is a user error on why I don't like this. My problem with this is anything that shoots out that much product, I'm going to not want to use often. I want to say this was like $25. And I probably, which means I wasted $5 today. I just threw out stuff everywhere. So that was a bit frustrating. And I do recommend getting the Airspun Charlotte Tilbury stuff. Here's the thing. The Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. It works really well. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Not a lot of people like it. I think this works just as good. But this just makes you feel a little extra special. This is special. This is sufficient. Like, this is good. I love it. So you can see how much I've used it. I'm going to end up emptying it out really soon. But there's just something really special about it. So if you have the points, get it. And you can buy the smaller one, which I think it makes about $18. I'm not sure. My daughter, on the other hand, will have somewhere on here put that out there. So yeah. Anyway, remember, you are seen, you are loved, and I hope you have a blessed day. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. All right, it's 9.5 hours later. It's almost 10 o'clock at night. So the eyeshadow held up really well. Obviously the light shimmer over here didn't hold it as well, but it did really well. It didn't smear. And I'm only missing makeup exactly where I would expect it, where the places you inadvertently pick as a person. But the primer held up really well. I'm pretty impressed. So good job, MAC. I'm gonna try that again. Good job, Natasha Denona. Really happy. And of course the blush and the lipstick didn't stand a chance, but that makes sense 9.5 hours later. I'm pretty happy with the makeup that I do have left on. All right, that's my final update.